Hi everybody, it's Heather Johnson, and I'm really excited about today's video because it's all about changing your mindset and making the decision that Emerald is a choice. It does not take a lot of effort to get there because it's basically two coaches. So I'm going to show you and I'm going to show you and talk about different ways that I was able to get there and I was able to, or how I am able to share that knowledge with my team. And I really am confident that you guys are going to get there. After all, I mean, you're all your own hashtag girl bosses, and you have a goal of getting to Emerald. But don't say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to hit Emerald by the end of the year. You can make a decision to go, you know what, at the end of the week, I'm going to be an Emerald, or by the end of tomorrow, I'm going to be Emerald, because it's been done before. So put your fears aside and, make sure that you listen carefully, take notes, and put this into action. All right, so I'm going to use a whiteboard here just to kind of show you a graphical genealogy of what Emerald looks like. All right, so this is you, okay, and we all have a left and a right leg. And if when you sign up, one coach on each leg, and they have to be your PS coach, so you're personally sponsored. You need to put them, we have this fit here, there we go, one on each leg. And what I would do is just go into your, when you sign up your first new coach, you don't have to do anything with the preferred placement because the computer will do that for you. But once you do add a new coach, go into your online office and go under My Business, My Preferred Placement, and go ahead and set it to the opposite leg. So it'll say left or right leg. So if your new coach happens to fall on your right leg, just set your preferred placement before your next coach goes in to your left. And I also have to mention that let's say you sign people up and they go on two sides. You have 72 hours to contact Coach Relations to get them on the other leg. I don't think what most people realize is that once if you don't contact them within that short period of time, they are forever on that leg. And if they cancel, they can't re-sign up until another 6 months. So they make it kind of difficult. So I told you, now you know, and make sure to add Coach Relations to your phone number on speed dial. It's 1-800-240-0913. You can also email them at coachrelations@teambeachbody.com, and they should get back to you right away. But okay, back to this. So my first coach was Justin. So I'm just going to put a little J right here. He was drinking Shakeology, especially after he noticed that I was down 27 pounds in 90 days. And he's like, okay, I'm not a skeptic anymore. This stuff works. I want it. And so he was on it. And our girls, who were very young at the time, they were also getting in half of a dose. So we had a lot of Shakeology pumping in and out of our house, and I wanted to get a discount, and I knew that I wanted a discount for Justin too, so he wasn't like an active coach, or he was an active coach because you need to have 50 personal volume on his account. So if since he had a bag of Shakeology on Home Direct, that's 90 PV, but he wasn't pursuing the business is what I meant. That word active is kind of tricky. But anyway, so we were ordering Shakeology from his account. We were also ordering, or I was managing his account, and I was ordering all of my programs, all of my samples, like they have like the E&E sample packets that are awesome for free giveaways for clean eating groups and for challenge groups. They have these P90X sample packets they're just like the results in recovery formula. I mean, when you look in the shop tab, there are a ton of things, but I would order everything off of his account because basically I would get a team cycle bonus off of that based off of what was happening in my organization. So anyway, that's what I would recommend first is sign up your spouse or significant other. This is so valuable to do because you can manage everything through his account. And at this point, the team cycle bonus, I just won't get into it because it's a little confusing. I'm going to be honest with you, but it's the most lucrative part of the business. And if you have access to help manage it as your team grows, that's great, because what's going to happen is you're going to have coaches that trickle down here, and it's just going to grow and grow and grow. And some of these coaches are not your personally sponsored coaches. They may be like, let's say, here is Susie. I sign her up eventually as a PS coach. Maybe she has a coach, and then she has coaches who have coaches, and all of their orders, they're at least on Shakeology Home Direct, and all of that massively adds up so that Justin benefits from that volume, especially if I were to manage and grow his account to be Emerald and so on. So that's kind of in a nutshell why signing up your spouse is so important, because you get income from what is happening on the volume eventually as your team grows, and so is your spouse. So that's the first decision that you can make. The second coach that I had, I'll just call her Katie. She was in one of my 5-day Inferno plan groups, and we do have this plan for you. It's in our Dropbox folder, so if you don't have our Dropbox link yet, make sure you contact your upline coach to get that. But it's basically a meal plan that I got and that I initially started when I got my TurboFire kit. So it's 5 days worth of really good recipes, clean eating recipes that incorporate Shakeology. So I did this 5-day group. I was a teacher, so I had a lot of teacher friends who at the beginning of the school year, we did this kind of like fall kickoff where a bunch of the teachers in the lounge, they all kind of took responsibility to bringing certain foods throughout the first week of school. And I was the person who got people the samples. And again, I ordered the individual packets through Justin's account, and everyone paid me $5 per packet. So that was, you can do the math, that was $25 to them that it cost them to be in the group. And I just kicked them off I printed out the meal plan. I made it look all pretty in a little, kit with the Shakeology flavors, which they got to choose the flavors. And then I just brought in a big old basket to the teacher's lounge, and, it's just kind of fun to give those off. And I went on Vistaprint.com and I got these, they're super cheap, but they basically said, Heather Johnson Fitness on it. So if you want to brand yourself that way and personalize it, or even just add a little boutique feel to your business, that's really fun. It looks professional. And I just got these little bags at Michael's. So it's really not a ton of money that I spent to put these together. But basically, one of my friends got killer results within the 5 days. And I approached her and I said, hey, let's get you signed up for that discount membership so that, if you want to continue with Shakeology, which she was sold on, let me help you get that discount. Oh, and before I move on, I just want to say now we have 6 and 4 days worth of sampler packs from the shop tab under the Shakeology section. And that I would totally recommend doing versus ordering product from your spouse and then having everyone send you checks and all that, what I did. But have people order through you the sampler packs. And I believe the 4-day one is around $20. So maybe you could give them a free 5th day one to go with the plan, or they could just order the 6-pack one and have an extra day. People always like that, and that is worth, I believe, around $30. So have them go that route versus ordering and having them pay you. And luckily, in the state of North Dakota, people do not have to pay the one-time business fee of $39.95. I don't know why that is, but we're just lucky, I guess, here in North Dakota. That's how I signed her up. So then she's on Home Direct. and Justin was on Home Direct. And in order to be an active Emerald yourself and activate your business center, you need to have, both of your coaches on at least 50 wholesale dollars worth of product. So that's how I got to Emerald. I got there probably, within the first month that I was a coach, after I realized that I wanted to move forward because I was a discount coach for about 4 months. Okay, so another option, and another thing that I teach my team is to approach people about helping co-lead a free clean eating group. And again, in our Dropbox folder, we have a lot of meal plans. I know that Deb Ames, she kicked out a really good meal plan. It's a 5-day one, and I use that pretty consistently. It has a lot of flexibility with the food, and it's very similar to maybe what you'd find on a 21-day fix group. But anyway, all the invites, the posts, everything is in that folder. So thank you, Deb, for sharing that with us. But if you approach people and say, hey, I know you're really into health and fitness, and I'm co-leading a clean eating group starting next week. I just thought about you, and would you want to help me run that? And they're not, so if you were to approach people like that, you don't have to get them signed up for a coach account, but you're basically asking them, hey, have you ever considered doing what I do? And I think you'd be great at it. So you basically give them the invite, show them the plan, and create an action plan. Maybe you want to start an event on Facebook and you want to invite people to it, where you basically make it really easy for them to invite. So they would invite people to the event, they would click going if they're going to go, and then you could open up your group and run it together. And most of the time I do clean eating groups, and I'm teaching my coaches this, when you have about, let's say, 10 people in a group, usually 3 of those people get challenge packs and want to flow into your 21-day fix group. So I would recommend trying that. And then if this coach really likes them, this whole process of leading, ask them, hey, do you want to invite to our 21-day fix group? Get them signed up with the challenge pack so that $40 fee is waived. And it just really is a win-win scenario. Another way that most people get coaches is to, talk to their active military friends or people who are veterans, because they get, the $15.95 monthly fee is completely waived. They do not have to pay that, which is really awesome. And so reach out to your friends who are either in either of those, if they're in active military or a spouse of someone in the active military or even a veteran. And if you go to the news and training tab in the online office and the FAQ section, you can just type in active military discount, and you can read up on how to get people started with that. So that's a really, really slick way to quickly get to Emerald. And they get to, enjoy the 25% off. And I believe the last time I checked, it's every 3 months they have to have 50 PV. So they don't have to have, every single month. I also wanted to talk to you about a time where I ran a fit club. It was actually at my church. It was a 6-week fit club. And I would do a short little devotion, and then we would do a Beachbody workout. And, it was free, so they didn't have to pay anything. And then I always brought like samples with, so that people could taste test it. And you just whip up, put half a banana in there, some peanut butter, chocolate, or strawberry with banana, or whatever is your favorite. And people are sold, especially when they see you drinking it, they see you getting healthy, and they want some too. So that's a great way to get people exposed to tasting it, and you're actually putting it together. There's so many people who I've given them like a free sample, because I was giving out one free sample to like a new person. Anything after that, I would charge them $5. But I mean, so many times I've had people saying, oh, I didn't like it. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't like it? It tastes like a dessert. And I found out they like mixed it with just like water and shook it up, which now I actually do drink it like that once in a while. But, for people just starting off, I don't know, that there are a lot of different ways that you can make it better. But this way you can make it for them. It tastes good, and it you can just talk about your experience with it. Another thing that you can try is to approach people in your warm market, like your cousin or your grandma, or your grandpa, or your mom, or your dad, or your brother, or your neighbor, or just to ask them if they could help you out with, you could help them out with getting healthy, and that with their sign up, they can get, a fitness program, Shakeology, access to your group. If they wanted to continue with discounts, you could sign up that way. And so just tell people that you are building a business, you would like them to help you out, and in the meantime, you get to help them out. So it's just a win-win. So you guys, don't prejudge. Don't prejudge people if you think they're going to say yes or no. It's not about us. It's not about us. You need to get past your fear of asking people, because you never know who's going to say yes, and you never know whose life you're going to change. After being, I've been a coach since June of 2011, and now I really feel like it's my moral obligation to talk to people and to approach them about all the things that I just mentioned, because I truly feel that it's so much more than just health and fitness. This is about personal growth. This makes you better in all areas of your life, because the vital behaviors of a coach is to invite, do personal development, and try to be a product of the product as best you can. All of those things continually, day after day after day, just make us better people. Yeah, so tackle your fears, plant seeds, you guys. Get outside of your own fears, and I'm excited to hear one takeaway that you had from this video, and name something that you are going to try. All right, thanks guys.